Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Once again today we're going to be playing Marvel Champions, and we have Captain Marvel seeking revenge against Klaw. Once again we're set up with Klaw with the Legions of Hydra modular loaded in his deck, and we're all set up and ready to go here. We're using a modified aggression deck. I'll put a link to the deck list in the description below. And yeah, we're ready. We're all set up here. So let's get going here. So yeah, once again, it's the underground distribution main scheme. Your investigation reveals that the criminal enterprise is operated by Klaw, an old rival of the Avengers. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded, and put that minion in play against the player. So we're just going to do that, and here we go with an armored guard. He starts with a tough status card on him. The defense network is going to start with 3 threat on it, 2+1. And now we can open up with our opening hand. So let's see what we get here. So Avengers Mansion, an energy absorption, a relentless assault, honorary Avenger, combat training, as well as a strength card. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. So first thing is we're going to use her commander ability to draw an additional card. And we got an enraged card, which is an upgrade for an ally. And we currently don't have an ally in play. So let's seek to change that perhaps. I'm going to use this energy absorption card as well as this combat training upgrade as 4 resources to install the Avengers Mansion. And let's exhaust Avengers Mansion to draw an additional card. And we get another relentless assault here. Okay, let's flip over to Captain Marvel's side. Let's see here. We can see, we kind of want to get rid of the side scheme if we can swing it. So why don't we use her rechannel ability, spend an energy resource to heal the damage while we're at full health, obviously, but then we get to draw a card. So let's see what we get. Cosmic Flight. I was hoping to get something I could use to mitigate some threat on the main scheme there, but that didn't happen. She can only thwart for 2, which won't be enough. So, we can attack. Attack for, well, for nothing really. We attack to get rid of that tough status card. We can use our Relentless Assault. So we can issue a Relentless Assault. We're going to use the Strength card to pay for it. So we'll deal 5 damage to a minion. He only has 3, but if we use a Strength, a physical resource, then the attack gains Overkill. So this is going to cause the Armored Guard to lose all 3 of his hit points, and then the other 2 of Relentless Assault hit Klaw, so he goes down to 10 health. And I think maybe what we ought to do, all we can really do, is we're going to install this Cosmic Flight upgrade, paying these 2 resources, and that will at least give us a little bit of upgrade, gains us the aerial trait, and we can choose to discard it to prevent 3 damage from an attack. So that's all we can do. So let's ready our deck up here, and we'll draw 5 cards. See, here's an energy, enraged, uppercut, energy channel, and Captain Marvel's helmet. Okay, so that's what we're looking at for next round. Starting off at the villain phase, we're going to add a threat onto the main scheme. Klaw is going to attack. Captain Marvel is going to take the attack without defending, so he gains 2 boost cards, and it does 1 damage, but there's a boost ability. If this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. So she's going to be exhausted and take a single damage, which is what it is. And now we can draw the encounter card for the... okay, so we got Madam Hydra. She cannot take damage while the Legions of Hydra side scheme is in play. Well, we don't have to worry about that. And after she schemes or attacks, we place threats on that side scheme. But again, it's not in play, so we're just going to have to deal with her as a standard minion. At least, hopefully, we can take care of her in this one turn. And then, yeah, see what happens here. Okay, so first thing first is we're going to tap Avengers Mansion to draw another card. And we got a Relentless Assault. Okay. That's going to give her additional defense. Why don't we... yeah, no, that's okay. Okay, so we're going to install this energy channel. And we're going to spend 3 energy resources, these 3, to put 3 counters on the energy channel, and then we're going to immediately use it. So as a hero action, we're going to discard the energy channel, discard the have as many tokens, and do 2 damage per token. So this is going to do 6 damage. That's going to take Madam Hydra off the board right away. Now we still have that pesky side scheme, but can't do anything about that right now. We have only physical resources in our hand, so we can't use her ability to heal and then draw, but that's okay because we'll just install her helmet to give her an additional defense. If/when we would use that, we pay those as the resources, and that's our turn. So we're going to ready up, draw 5 cards, Mockingbird, Helicarrier, Spider-Woman, Lockjaw, and another energy absorption. Okay, so that's what we're going to be dealing with on our next turn. Villain phase starts. A single threat comes on the main scheme, and Klaw is going to attack. I'm going to take the attack. So he's going to do 2 boost cards. 0 plus 3. So he's going to do 3 attack to me. Now, theoretically, I could choose to discard Cosmic Flight to prevent 3 of that damage. And you know what? I'm going to do that. So I'm going to not take any damage from that attack and still be in a readied state, which is kind of nice. And now we have an encounter card that's going to come down, and it is the Legions of Hydra. When revealed, if Madam Hydra is not in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for her and put her into play engage with you. Then shuffle the encounter deck. Place 2 additional threat here for each Hydra enemy in play. Okay, well, we did just get rid of her, but I guess she's coming out to play now again. So, Madam Hydra goes into play against us as a minion. Now, that's a little tricky, the wording here, because place 2 additional threat here for each Hydra enemy in play. So, okay, if there was other minions, I suppose. It's got a base of 3, but there's going to be 5 because Madam Hydra is in play. This is going to, it's got the hazard icon on it, meaning we're going to get an additional encounter card going forward. So yeah, so we're gonna have to start doing something about these side schemes because I think this is kind of getting out of hand here. Okay, so that's the end of the villain phase. Now we're going to start with the hero phase. We can stun the villain. Energy absorption, helicarrier. Okay, well, Avengers Mansion first off. And let's see what we get. It's a Cosmic Flight again. Oh man, I could really use one of those crisis interdictions to mitigate some of this threat. Other thing that we could look to do here is get some mitigation of some you get some thwarting out. So we're going to pay this energy absorption to put Spider-Woman into play. And when she enters play, we get to confuse the villain. So we're going to do just that. He's going to be confused. Now we've got Okay, so we got 3 more resources. Well, you know what? Let's use the rechannel ability from Captain Marvel. We're gonna discard this card. We're gonna heal 1 health, and we're gonna draw another card. And Enraged. Attached to an ally, max 1 per ally. Attached ally gets +2 attack and takes +1 consequential damage after its attack. So not quite what we're after here. We're a buck short for Lockjaw's, getting Lockjaw in play. So why don't we put Mockingbird into play, and we will pay these 3 resources to put her in play. Once she enters play, she stuns an enemy. We're going to place the stun on Madam Hydra, just because she's going to put additional scheme on the Legions of Hydra side scheme when she attacks, and I don't want that to happen. So, oh, mind you, Forces don't. After Madam Hydra schemes or attacks, place 2 threat on the Legions of Hydra side scheme. But we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can actually take that out, which we're going to do. So it's really a matter of take 2 attack or potentially take 3 to 5 boost icons if the card draw is bad. So why don't we do that instead? We're going to stun Klaw, and all 3 of us are going to thwart. So my 2 allies are individually going to take a single point of damage for thwarting. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This resolves or gets rid of the Legions of Hydra side scheme. So at least we're in a little bit better state, but we still have Madam Hydra on the table here. So let's ready up and go into the villain phase and see what happens here. So let's draw up to 5. We got enhanced reflexes. There's a crisis interdiction. Photonic blast. Another photonic blast. And another enhanced reflexes. Okay. So that will be our hand for next turn. Now the villain phase starts. We're going to get a threat on the main scheme. Klaw is going to attack, but he actually doesn't because he is stunned. So he loses the stun status. Madam Hydra is going to attack. She attacks for 2, and Captain Marvel is going to take both of those damage undefended, so that she's ready for the next turn. And now an encounter card is going to come down. The encounter card is Sound Manipulation. When revealed as a hero, take 2 damage, and Klaw heals 2 damage. So he's back up to full health, and I lose 2 health. So I'm down to 8 hit points. Still okay. I'm not in a panic mode here. And now we go straight into the hero phase. So this deals 5 damage to an enemy, and if we pay for it with a energy resource, we get to draw a card. So why don't we do that? Now we still have this crisis interdiction. We no longer have air. Oh, what am I doing? Avengers Mansion. Let's see. Oh, there's an honorary Avenger upgrade. Honorary Avenger gives a +1 hit point to one of our allies. So why don't we do that? We're going to give that to Spider-Woman to make her last just one more turn here, because she's already got she's got 1 damage on her. Let's play a Photonic Blast, and we will pay for it with our other Photonic Blast. Oh, mind you, hang on. Let's slow down a little bit. Let's use Captain Marvel's rechannel to spend a energy resource to draw a card and heal a hit point. So we'll go back up to 9, just in the off chance we would have gotten a better energy card there, which we didn't, but it was worth a shot. That could potentially give us +2. So let's see, what should we do here? So I still think we ought to use a Photonic Blast to blast Madam Hydra here and get her off the board. So we're going to spend 3 resources for her. And we will spend... Do we want to keep any of these cards for next round? I think we're going to hang on to the Crisis Interdiction just because it was a little hard to get a hold of them. But at least we're using 1 energy resource towards this Photonic Blast. So we're going to do 5 damage to Madam Hydra and draw a card because we used an energy resource to pay for it. There's another Honorary Avenger card. And hey, why don't we just do this? So Mockingbird can stick around that much longer. So she gets an additional hit point as well. So we're going to hang on to the Crisis Interdiction card. And Mockingbird is going to attack for 1. So she'll take a damage. And her hit will be the final hit point left in Madam Hydra's HP. So that takes her off the board. Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel and Spider-Woman, I think we ought to thwart so that we get rid of this Defense Network side scheme. Because then with this on the board, with its crisis icon, means we can't take any threat off the main scheme, which is not a good scene. So that is done. She's going to take damage for having thwarted. So it looks like she's got 2 hit point, or both her hit points gone, but she has that Honorary Avenger card, which gives her that additional hit point. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually flip over to Carol Danvers' side so that we get that extra card draw and her commander ability next time. He's confused, so he's not going to be able to scheme on this next villain phase. And that's all we're going to do this turn. So let's ready up. Let's just arrange them like so. Carol Danvers, got those guys. Now, theoretically, we could draw another card here now, right at the very end of our turn and see what we get. You know what? Why don't we do that? Oh, it's an energy channel. Okay. So we still have these 2 cards in hand. So I'm going to play the energy channel. I'm going to use this energy resource to add a token onto the energy channel for saving up for a rainy day to do a blast damage to an enemy in the future. Okay, so now that completes our turn. Now we're going to draw up to 6 cards. Oh, there's Hulk. We've got a Crisis Interdiction. So I've got one right back right away. Got a Downtime. Endurance, which is nice for the additional HP. Here's another Photonic Blast. And another Crisis Interdiction. Okay, so that's going to be our hand for next round. Now we enter into the villain phase. We've got another threat coming down on the main scheme. So actually, why don't we clean this up a little bit? And so we got 4 threat on the main scheme. So 2 away from it maxing out. Villain's going to scheme, but he can't because he's confused. So the confused status goes away. And now an encounter card is going to come down. So what's the encounter card? It's a Hydra Soldier minion. Okay, so that's all right. He's got guard, so I can't attack Klaw while he's on the board. And when he gets defeated, we're gonna have to deal an encounter card to us. Okay, so now we will start our hero turn, our hero phase. So oh no, I don't have to exhaust her for this. I'm going to use her commander ability to deal a card, or draw a card rather. Okay, Alpha Flight Station. So Alpha Flight Station is a handy one for sure. So we're going to put it into play. And we're going to pay for it with, you know what? I'm feeling okay HP-wise. Let's hope this doesn't bite me. But I'm going to use the Endurance card as the resource to pay for Alpha Flight Station. Oh, sorry. We should also exhaust Avengers Mansion to draw a card. There's an uppercut. We can choose to exhaust Alpha Flight Station. and discard a card from our hand. We're actually going to discard one of the crisis oh no, actually, because that's an energy resource. If we end up with cards left in our hand at the end, we want to kind of keep those so we can throw some more tokens on our energy channel. So we're going to actually discard Uppercut, and because we're in Carol Danvers's identity, we can draw 2 cards. Well, we draw 1, which is another Uppercut. And now we've run out of cards, so we had to deal ourselves an encounter card, and now we can shuffle up our deck and deal the additional other card. So hopefully we get something nice here. Let's see what we get. So we still got our allies on the table here. Spider-Woman's got that extra thwart, which will be nice for handling some of the threat on the main scheme. So hopefully we can make some good progress here. The villain's got full health, so we're going to have to change that pretty quickly here. Okay, so that's our deck, and now we still have to draw the 1 additional card. Ooh, an energy absorption. Get some resources. That is all right. Okay, so I feel good about our amount of HP left, so we're going to flip over to Captain Marvel's side. And we've got 2 Crisis Interdiction cards. I'm actually going to spend one of them as a energy resource to use our rechannel ability to heal a hit point, gain a hit point up to 10, and then draw a card to replace it. It's a combat training. Combat training gives us +1 attack. Let's see here. Yeah, the downtime is nice. It gives our alter ego +2 recovery, but I don't know that we're going to want to use that just too soon here. I think what we ought to do is let's put we're gonna attack with Mockingbird first. Now this is going to do her. Oh no, she's an honorary Avenger. Okay, so she has actually 4 hit points. So she's going to attack the Hydra soldier, and in doing so, she'll take a damage. He'll take 1 damage, and we're going to put Hulk into play, and we're gonna spend the downtime and this uppercut. Downtime and uppercut to pay for him. And now he has 3 attack. So we're going to attack the Hydra soldier with him. So he's going to do 3 attack to the Hydra soldier. When the Hydra soldier is defeated, we deal ourselves an encounter cards. We're actually getting a bunch of encounter cards this turn, which is going to be interesting for sure. When he attacks, we have to draw, we have to discard the top card of our deck and see, and based on the icon, it's going to do something. So it's the Honorary Avenger card, but it is a physical resource, which means that we now get to deal 2 damage to the enemy. So that's going to do 2 damage to Klaw. Takes a little bit of fight out of him. All right, now we still have Spider-Woman in play here, and she can thwart, which she's going to do. And actually, this is going to be her final action, because this is now she has 3 out of 3 hit points. So this is going to cause her and her upgrade to be discarded. So she fought well, but she served her purpose for sure. So that's going to take 2 threat off the main scheme. And now the main scheme is down to 2, which I feel is a lot more manageable than what it was. So yeah, there's Mockingbird. Oh, Hulk should have taken a damage when he attacked. So there's that. Now, Klaw has 10 hit points. We could look to... We could do 5 damage with this Photonic Blast and spend our energy absorption to do so and then draw a card. You know what? We're going to do that. Photonic Blast, pay for it with an energy absorption card. We're going to deal 5 damage to Klaw. And because we paid for it with a energy resource, it means we get to draw a card. So the card we draw is Relentless Assault. And we'll do 5 damage to a minion with this card. So it's not quite what we can do. Could remove 2 threat, but instead we're going to install combat training, which will give us plus 1 attack, and we're going to spend these 2 resources to do so. So now Captain Marvel actually has an attack level of 3. So she's going to attack Klaw for 3, and that's going to take him down to 2 hit points. So he is very close to being done. We have no cards left in hand. So, and that's all I think we can do here. So we're going to ready everyone. And let's see what kind of shenanigans are going to happen here on the villain phase, because we got already 2 encounter cards ready to go for us. So first thing that happens is a threat comes on the main scheme. Klaw is now going to attack. And you know what? Mockingbird is only got 1 hit point left. I'm going to choose to defend with Mockingbird. So Klaw is going to do 1. He's going to do 1 hit point worth of damage. And the weapons runner is the boost abilities put weapons runner into play, engage with you. So we got a weapons runner that's attacking us. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta... Oh, no. We're not done. Oh, no, this is the villain phase. I did not draw a new hand. So, sorry, I should have drawn my new hand for the next round here. So we got Cosmic Flight, got Energy. We have another Cosmic Flight, a Helicarrier, and a Photonic Blast. Okay, so that's going to be... Well, that was silly of me, but okay, good thing I caught that. So... Now, back to our regularly scheduled program here. She took the damage from Klaw's attack, so Mockingbird gets discarded along with her Honorary Avenger upgrade. And that was the villain's attack. Now the weapons runner is going to attack. He does 1 damage worth, so we're just going to take that as a point of damage against Captain Marvel. And now we have the encounter card phase. So... a 3rd encounter card, so this is going to be interesting. So first thing first is Illegal Arms Factory. Klaw is supplying villains with advanced weaponry from a clandestine arms facility. When revealed, place an additional threat here. So that's going to start with 3 + 1 threat on it. Next encounter card is Caught Off Guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. We can discard an upgrade or support we control. We're going to discard Captain Marvel's helmet. So that takes care of that encounter card. And now the final encounter card is, Treachery. Shadow of the Past. When revealed, reveal your set-aside Nemesis minion and put it into play. Engage with you. Reveal your set-aside Nemesis side scheme and put it into play. That's complicating things, but that's how the game goes sometimes. So, Yon Rog is Captain Marvel's arch nemesis. He has a force response when he attacks, so we'll worry about that when that happens. The Psyche Magnetron side scheme. The Psyche Magnetron is a Kree device with the power to turn thoughts into reality in the hands of Yon Rog. It would be in the hands of Yon Rog, it would be a devastating weapon. When revealed, place an additional 1 threat here. So that's going to start with a 3 + 1 threat on it. So, boy, oh boy. And look at that. Both of them have a hazard icon on them. So we're going to be dealing ourselves 3 encounter cards every turn. So that's not ideal. And we have to shuffle these arch nemesis cards into the encounter deck, which is already a little ways down, so that will also be interesting. Let's shuffle this. Whew, things kind of heated up here. I thought we were going to be just kind of, maybe gracefully going into the second stage of the fight here, but not so much, it seems. Okay. So, now it's our turn. We have 5 cards in hand. The first thing we ought to do is tap Avengers Mansion, draw an additional card, and that is a strength resource. Okay, so we can do a little bit of that. We have an energy resource as well, so we have some options as far as doing a few things, but what we really need to do is mitigate some of the threat that's on these side schemes to get rid of those. If we had a crisis interdiction, now would be the time for that. So Yon-Rogg is out here. So why don't we first attack with the Hulk? And Hulk is going to take a damage for attack. So just don't forget, he's going to attack Yon-Rogg. So Yon-Rogg's going to take 3 damage. And because Hulk attacks, he has his force response. We discard a card. And it is an energy resource. When an energy resource comes down, it says deal 1 damage to each character. So Hulk takes a damage, Captain Marvel takes a damage, Weapons Runner takes a damage, Yon-Rogg takes a damage, and Klaw takes a damage. So the Hulk just kind of went on the rampage and, yeah, just hit everything he could see. I might have should have used Photonic Blast because that would have been exactly 5 damage against Yon-Rogg. Maybe it would have been cleaner to do, and I could have drawn a card in the process. But it is how I played it, and I don't want to go back. So Captain Marvel gains the aerial trait. I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about taking damage at this point in time, but at the same time, I gotta be smart. We're gonna exhaust Alpha Flight Station and discard a card. And we're going to discard one of these Cosmic Flights to draw a card in its place. Due to our Alpha Flight Station, there's an uppercut where we can deal 5 damage to an enemy. We're going to use Captain Marvel's Rechannel ability to spend an energy resource to gain a HP and draw a card, and that's going to be another energy channel. Okay. And our energy channels do damage to a single enemy. Both of these guys have 1 hit point left. 2 thwart I could do. Man, that's gonna suck a lot to take 2 encounter cards, but I literally have nothing I can do to mitigate that. And Klaw himself has 1 hit point left of damage. Left of HP left. I'm not a big fan of this, but we're going to discard this energy channel and do 2 damage, and we're going to take care of Yon-Rogg. He's going to go bye-bye. Yon-Rogg, there's no response after he gets defeated, so that's okay. I gotta thwart with her. There's no way I can just continue to allow this amount of side schemes to hang out in this game. Even though I can't take care of it this turn, I've got to work towards doing something about that. Man, I'm going to install a helicarrier, and I'm going to pay for it with Photonic Blast and Strength. That will give me a free resource in the future. I'm going to put a energy channel into play. I'm going to pay 2 energy to put 2 counters on it. So I can do 4 damage in a future turn against a single enemy. I've got an uppercut, which I'm not going to use. So I'm going to discard it. And I'm going to stay in hero mode and draw a hand of 5 cards. I got Lockjaw, Enhanced Reflexes, Crisis Interdiction, and an Uppercut. So that's my hand for next go round. We're going to ready all of our setup here. Just kind of clean that up there so we can see it all. And now starts the villain phase. So threat comes down to the main scheme. Klaw is going to attack, and Captain Marvel is going to take it. So he's going to deal 2 boost cards. There, he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, Sonic Converter. I'm thankful that didn't come down as an encounter card because that one sucks a lot. So that's 4 damage against Captain Marvel. So she's going down to 8, 7, 6, 5 hit points. Weapons Runner is going to attack. I'm going to take it as damage. 4. And now we deal encounter cards. So we need to deal ourselves 1, 2, 3. Thanks to all these lovely side schemes that are in play right now. So first, Kree Manipulator, Treachery, Surge. After this card is revealed, reveal an additional encounter card. When revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So another threat is going to come down. So actually, let's clean this up a little bit. So we have 5 threat on the main scheme, which is not my favorite thing. And because it had Surge, we have another encounter card that's coming down. Sonic Boom. Either spend 3 resources or exhaust each character I control. We're going to spend the resources. Exhaust Helicarrier, reduce. No, that's not a resource. That's reducing the resource cost. Shoot. Yep, we have no option here. We have to. So we exhaust each character we control, which is not ideal because I was really hoping we could have done something about that threat. Do I have a Crisis Interdiction? I do. Okay, so we got that going for us. So we can at least take one of these schemes off the board. Okay, next encounter card, Jan Rog's Treason. When revealed, discard each energy resource from your hand. If you discarded no cards this way, this card gains Surge. Okay, so we have 3 of them. Oh, man. So we have 2 cards in our hand for our next turn. Now, last Treachery card is an Assault. When revealed, the villain attacks you. We have 4 hit points of damage, and we have no method of defending. So this could be it. Okay, so Klaw is going to attack. He has 2 boost cards. 1, 2. 2. Okay. Whew. Made it through. 1 and 2. We got 2 hit points left, but we're still in the game. It's not looking great. Not going to lie. Okay, so here we go. Here's our turn. These are the cards that we have in hand. Oh, boy. We're going to tap Avengers Mansion to draw a card. There's a Relentless Assault, which we can use to attack a minion. Ooh, which is not something that interests me too much at this point in time. We could choose to... Okay, we're going to use the rechannel ability, because this is an energy resource, to lose that resource, or spend that resource, gain a hit point, and draw a card to replace it. We got an Enraged, Attached to an ally, max 1 per ally. Attached ally gets +2 attack and takes 1 consequential damage after its attack, which is not the kind of card we're looking for. We really need to mitigate some of this threat. We have Alpha Flight Station. We have the Helicarrier, so we can reduce a resource for a card that we're going to play. We have 3 hit points. I think we ought to switch to alter ego mode. That's going to pretty much guarantee that the main scheme is going to advance to stage 2. And we're going to use Carol Danvers' ability to draw a card. That gives us another enraged card. We are going to use our Alpha Flight Station. We're going to exhaust it and lose a card, or spend a card rather, and we're going to draw 2 cards to replace it. Oh boy, oh boy. This is not what I was looking for. Actually, yeah, okay. So, Lockjaw, we have just enough resources. Well, actually, we had the Helicarrier as well. So, meaning we could actually keep one of these if we wanted to. Why don't we do that? We're going to tap Helicarrier, because that's an action, not a hero action, to spend 3 resources, and we can put Lockjaw into play. He has 2 thwart. He's going to take 2 damage when he thwarts, but that's okay. So he's going to thwart. He'll take 2 damage in the process, and now we can get rid of the Psyche Magnetron side scheme. So that's 1 less encounter card we're going to be experiencing on our... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go that direction. I theoretically could take threat off of the main scheme, but I'd rather get rid of that 1 less encounter card on the villain phase. Now, the question being, do I hang on to this? Attached ally gets +2 attack. No, I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to pitch it because I need to get a better handle on getting rid of that additional side scheme. Now, with that said, it means my hand is going to... Well, either way, it's going to give me another encounter card. Okay, so we're just going to have to see what happens. So that's the end of my player phase. So we're going to ready everyone. We are in alter ego mode. So the villain's going to scheme. So we are for sure going to be advancing to the next stage of the main scheme here. We're going to draw 6 cards. We have 1, 2, and 3. There's an endurance, energy absorption, and a photonic blast. So it means we deal ourselves an encounter card and shuffle. Let's see what we got here. So not my favorite, the way things are going right now, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Okay, so we had these 3 cards in hand, and now Cosmic Flight, Honorary Avenger, and an energy card. Okay, so we got energy. We have... Yeah, we do not have a Crisis Interdiction card, so we're going to have to... Well, at least we got Lockjaw in play, so we can do some threat mitigation with that. I probably want to recover with Carol Danvers, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so we've got our hand. We're going to start the main villain phase, and the first thing that happens is a single threat comes down in the main scheme, and that will... be all 6 threat required to advance the main scheme to the next stage. So now we have Secret Rendezvous. Klaw has found a buyer for his illegal weapons. It's up to you to stop the sale, but the meeting is surrounded by Klaw's cronies. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. And put that minion into play, engaged with the player. Let's just clean this up a little bit. Okay, so we did get an Armored Guard who starts with a tough status card. And now we advance to stage 2B, And it's the Klaw's minion with the Crimson Cowl. Klaw and the mysterious figure dart into the shadows when you confront them, and Klaw's minions move to cover their escape. If the stage is completed, the enemies win. Okay, so that was the first. That was not even the villain scheming. That was just the first initial threat put on the main scheme. So now Klaw's going to scheme. He's going to scheme for a base of 2 plus nothing, but there's a weapons runner, which the surge is to put him in play, engage with you. So that's the thing that happens. Now, that was two scheme from Klaw. So 1 and 2 on the main scheme. Now all of our minions are going to scheme. So that's going to be 1, 0, and 1. So that's an additional 2 threat on the main scheme. So once again, we are not in a great spot threat-wise on the main scheme. So that's a little bit concerning. A lot bit concerning. Okay, so we draw an encounter card. So, we draw 2 encounter cards. We still had that other, the other side scheme. So first off, Gang Up. When revealed as our alter ego, this card gains Surge. Okay. Kree Manipulator. Oh dear. Okay. It's got Surge, and when revealed, a threat comes down to the main scheme. So we've got 5 threat on the main scheme. It's got Surge. So we draw another one. Family Emergency. You may flip to alter ego form. We can exhaust Carol Danvers to remove Family Emergency from the game, or you are stunned. This card gains Surge. Discard this obligation. We're going to exhaust Carol Danvers to remove this from the game. Next threat card. I'm not sure if I should put the acceleration token down now, or if I should resolve these, and then if I have to take another card. Let's, oh dear. The Immortal Hulk. The Immortal Klaw scheme comes down. We have 3 threat on that. Klaw gets a plus 10 hit points. Interesting. Okay. And that's another side scheme in play. That's going to give an acceleration icon. And then the last one here is a Hydra soldier minion. While this minion's engaged with you, you cannot. And when the Hydra minion is defeated, then we deal another encounter card. Boy, oh boy, encounter card after encounter card on this round, on this game. 5 threat on the main scheme. We're getting extra encounter cards, extra threat on the main scheme. He's got guard. He's got guard. The Immortal Klaw side scheme is on deck already. When he advances to stage 2, it tells us to pull the Immortal Klaw side scheme out from the encounter deck or the discard pile. If it's already in play, we do not need to do that, which is interesting. All right. A few things running through my head. One of them being that things don't look so good right now. Okay, so at least the encounter deck is shuffled. I think we put it there, then we'll put the discards beside it. Wow. Okay. That was a turn. So now it's the hero phase, and what we're going to do is we're going to tap Avengers Mansion, draw a card. There's a Relentless Assault. We are going to, I'm thinking we should use Alpha Flight Station to get an additional card. I'm going to put Honorary Avenger on Lockjaw because he has 4 hit points. This gives him plus 1 hit point. So it means that he can thwart and then still be around to thwart another day, which would be good. No crisis interdictions. We have an energy channel. Let's. Okay, well we're in Carol Danvers' mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm pretty sure we already drew the card, because usually that's the first thing I'll do on my turn. So as long as that's the case, I'm going to. Oh no, we wanted to hold off because we might use Alpha Flight Station to, to draw 2 cards. And you know what? Why don't we do that? Let's tap Alpha Flight Station, pay this Relentless Assault card, and draw 2 cards to replace it. So there's an Uppercut and a Strength. Okay. So now we're going to flip to Captain Marvel's side. We're going to... So what I'm thinking is if we can take out Klaw's stage 1, then we can enter stage 2 relatively smoothly. So okay, this could be kind of a wing and a prayer situation here, but I'm going to use this energy absorption card, all 3 resources from it, to put an additional 3 counters on this energy channel. Now I'm going to discard the energy channel and use all 5 tokens to deal 10 damage to a... Oh, shoot. I can't. Undo. Control Z. We are going back because these rotten guys have guard. So we have to... they're preventing us from attacking Klaw while... while they're in play. So we're gonna have to do something about those guys. Now, this guy's got a tough status card. So why don't we attack with the Hulk first? And in the hopes that, best case, we get to deal an additional 2 damage. If we draw a energy resource, we'll get to deal 1 damage to each character, which will kind of negate our honorary Avenger there. But it is what it is. Okay, so Hulk's going to attack for 3. So he's going to do 3 damage to the Hydra soldier who has guard and deal a card, and it's a strength, a physical resource. So that allows us to do an additional 2 damage to an enemy, and we could choose to make that the Hydra soldier. We can't make that Klaw because of this guy having guard. I don't like the way this is shaken out here. Okay. We're gonna do hit Hulk's extra 2 damage to the Hydra soldier. So that's going to take him out. When he's defeated, it means draw the engaged player an encounter card. So we get an encounter card for later. Get this out of here. Okay. So now we still have 1 more on the board that has a tough status card, and we're going to attack with Lockjaw for 2. He's going to take 2 hit points worth of damage. I'm again, this is kind of a wing and a prayer situation here. He's going to attack to remove this tough status card. He took his extra damage, so he's got 1 out of 5 hit points because of the honorary Avenger. We are going to Oh, I should take this back. I didn't end up using the energy absorption card to give that extra damage there. We're going to... Oh, do I not have... Oh, I thought I had a Relentless Assault, which I could use to spill over damage. Shoot. Okay. So I can spend 3 resources here or 3 resources there. But if I do 3 resources and one of them is the energy resource, I get to draw a card. So we're going to do this. We're going to use a Photonic Blast. And I'm going to spend 1, 2, and 3. 3, and one of them is an energy resource. So that does 5 damage to the armored guard who has guard. So it overpays for the damage, but at least takes him off the board. And I get to draw a card. And that card is Mockingbird. So now I can attack Klaw if I wanted to. And he has exactly 11 hit points left. Okay, I'm going to put Mockingbird into play. And she costs 3. So I'm going to spend this uppercut and this energy card to pay for her. When she enters play, she stuns an enemy. I'm going to stun Klaw. And she's going to attack for 1 and take a damage. And the 1 point of damage she's going to deal is to Klaw himself. Now I'm going to spend this energy absorption card and put 3 additional tokens on this energy channel. And now I'm going to discard it and spend all 5 energy tokens to attack Klaw. He goes down to 0. And that is enough to take him out of stage 1. And stage 2, when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Immortal Klaw and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck. And when Klaw attacks, give him 1 additional boost card, which is the same as before. He is still stunned, but I do not have to go and search for that side scheme because it is already in play. So he still has the additional 10 hit points, but I was able to take him down. So now he has 28 hit points for his final phase of the battle. I've got 1 card left in hand. I'm going to exhaust my Helicarrier to put Endurance into play. This gives me additional 3 hit points. 1, 2, and 3. I'm up to 6 hit points in total, or I guess 15 hit points maximum. 6 out of 15. And that is everything I can do. So now I'm going to ready my team. And we are really going to... I have no idea what's going to happen here. This is going to be very interesting. Who knows? Maybe we can yet pull this out. That Photonic Blast should be down here. Everything is ready. We're in hero form, so we're drawing ourselves 5 cards. Uppercut, Combat Training, Energy Absorption, Uppercut, and Relentless Assault. Okay. 5 cards in hand. Villain phase starts. So... okay, let's clean this up a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put a single token of 5 on there just for ease of viewing. There is a acceleration token. Oh, I missed something important. I went through the encounter deck, so there should have been an acceleration marker here. Okay, so that means that at the beginning of the villain phase, we will put 1, 2, 3, which will advance the main scheme to 8, which means Klaw, this guy, I tell you, is a real pain. Not gonna lie. Okay, that's game over. The villain advanced the main scheme to the maximum amount of threat, so we have lost. That was close. It was a lot of twists and turns towards the end, especially, but yeah, could not pull it out, unfortunately. So what I kind of told myself is I'm going to use the pre-constructed decks for the heroes first. If I lose a match, I'm going to change up the deck and maybe find another deck, which I did this time. And I started with aggression-based deck for Captain Marvel. And after the second defeat by the same villain, the next time I take on that same villain, I'm going to change the aspect of the deck. So Captain Marvel is going to have one more try against Klaw, and I'm going to look for a better deck. We'll see, maybe leadership. I did see a good one for leadership available for her. So yeah, we might go that direction and see how that turns out. But boy, oh boy, that was an interesting battle. A lot of encounter cards. I've never had that many encounter cards in a game playthrough of this before. So okay, well, shoot, another defeat. Klaw remains victorious over Captain Marvel. So yeah, we're gonna have to regroup here and come back another day. Thanks so much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed that and maybe learned a few things. And by all means, tell me in the comments below, like what would you have done differently? What should I have done? What should I have done? What shouldn't I have done? And yeah, definitely looking forward to improving my gameplay of Marvel Champions as I go through this. So okay, well, that's it for today. Thanks so much, and I will catch you next time. Cheers.